What is something that you want people to know about Cyprus?
Cyprus has the last divided capital in the world.
The problem is much more complicated than it actually seems. My name is Orestis, I am 22 years old and I'm a Greek Cypriot. I also study medicine in the European University of Cyprus.
My name is Suda. I'm from North Cyprus. I'm Turkish Cypriot actually. I'm 22 years old and I'm studying medical sciences and political sciences. We don't have any H&M, McDonald's, Bershka, or any known brands, any international brands here, because we're just basically in the occupation regime.
I don't have any friends from the other side, but it's not something that came to be because I didn't want any. It's just I haven't crossed that many times on the other side. I don't like the fact that I have to show my ID, but it's not going to keep me from going there.
My maternal grandmother is from Paphos. She has forced to come to Nicosia in the 1974 events, so that was a bit traumatic.
I've heard lots and lots of times the stories of my mother having to wake up one day because there were planes and tanks rolling in and the panic in the village and how they had to leave everything behind, basically jump on a fully packed bus and leave. They were basically homeless for some time, living in tents, like no house, no money, nothing. Everything was lost during the war.
This is the lost generation. In my mother's era, they have no contact with the Greek-speaking Cypriots because of that ceasefire line, because of that border, so they could not pass from side to side. In my grandparents' era, they always used to live in mixed villages. So, both of my grandparents are bilingual. They both speak Turkish and Greek.
My mother never told me anything bad about the Turkish Cypriots that she was living with. She told me that they were living totally in harmony, peacefully. Also, most of them just spoke Greek, so there wasn't much of a division even then.
Thank you.
At this point, the British Empire decided to give everyone exactly what they didn't ask for, which was independence.
I don't have the citizenship of Turkey, I don't have the citizenship of Cyprus, I just only have the citizenship of TRNC, which is not a recognized country. So I feel like I'm stuck. I feel like I'm lost, actually. It says TRNC here. It's what I need to show at Turkish side to pass to the buffer zone. I can easily cross the checkpoints to Republic of Cyprus, but since I only have TRNC identity and passport, I cannot go abroad. I can get Turkish identity and Turkish passport, but I don't want to get the Turkish identity or Turkish passport because I don't feel like I belong in Turkey. I have never been to Turkey in my whole life, so why am I forced to get the citizenship of a country where like I didn't even live? I need to cross the border to have a coffee from Starbucks or to shop from H&M. Like, this is normal for us, but I don't think that this should be the normal. So I want Republic of Cyprus identity, yeah.
Lots of people don't want to cross because they don't want to legitimize any occupation. Understandable, but I still believe you better cross because if you abandon it, then it's done forever. My family goes at least once, twice per year. They go to my mother's village, they see her home, and I've also started recently to go, and because I feel like if you abandon your heritage, you just let it be someone else's. But if you go there, you're still claiming it.
My grandmother, as I said before, was from Paphos, and she was moved in 1974, and 40 years later, it was her first time to see her own village, the village that she was born.
Personally, I would identify as a Greek Cypriot, but that wouldn't necessarily mean that I feel as a Greek from Greece. I'm still a Greek, but from a different place.
I feel like a Cypriot, I am a Cypriot, I am a European, and being a European and feeling like living in a European Union country is a different thing in my own opinion. All Turkish Cypriots feel like Europeans, but because of the occupation here in the North Cyprus, we're not actually living in a country of European Union.
There's this flag on the Pedadaktylos mountain range, and it's both the Turkish flag and the flag of the Turkish Republic of Northern Cyprus, and below there's a motto saying something along the lines of how proud is one to be called a Turk. And you can basically see that from any tall building in Nicosia. I can see it from my own apartment balcony. It's provocative definitely and kind of insulting, but what can we do about it? Even as a member of the European Union, I feel like the Cyprus problem reveals hypocrisy that lots of countries, not lots of countries, every country is taking part in, because as a small country, as a country that's supposed to be like part of the European family, we can still see that there's a problem that remains unsolved. And also, Turkey is a candidate for the European Union while still occupying a part of Cyprus. Like, that doesn't seem fair.
Turkish-speaking Cypriots are in a danger right now. There are lots of illegal settlers coming from Turkey, and they're just assimilating us. We're about to lose our culture. We're about to lose our tradition.
We can't take peace for granted all the time. We don't know what the next 10 years will have in store for us. I think the Cyprus problem is playing a very important role in any young person's decision to stay or leave the country. because it's definitely a safety problem for all of us.
I can leave if I obtain the Turkish passport, but I really don't want to leave Cyprus because I love Cyprus. This is my country, this is where I belong. So I just need to stay here and fight for our independence, but I don't feel like I can live under the occupation regime anymore because day by day it's getting really hard to live under the embargoes here. So I just want to live in the Republic of Cyprus.
My dream for my country would be to finally achieve a solution, have the occupational armies leave the country, have independence for both communities, and have a strong direction towards democracy and freedom, prosperity, like the European Union.
Since when I was a child, I always wanted a united Cyprus. I want a reunification of my own island.